When we speak about the war, especially from abroad, from our countries, sometimes we speak about the figures, about general processes, and not enough about the life, about the individuals. And this panel is a chance to listen individuals, personalities, not statistics, not the number of victims, but the real life of real people who faced this tragic war. And of course, it will be also a very informal discussion. I ask you, first of all, they will speak Ukrainian, so if you need translation, please be prepared technically for that. But I will ask my friends here on the stage about this impression or experience of 2 years. We are exactly 2 years after the beginning of Russian aggression against Ukraine, and you are inside. You have very, very personal feelings and experience. So please allow me to start with Oleksandr Batalov, and 2 questions only. Your impressions, what means this war for you and for the people, for the nation, and what is your dream? How it can be finished?
These 2 years of the war, personally for me, were complicated. You see, the result of this war, for me, this is the impression which actually added titanium and steel to my body. For 2 years, Ukrainians have been experiencing a mad pressure from our neighbor, but we are becoming firmer, we're becoming stronger in our spirit, in our body, because steel, it is a rather powerful material. But within these 2 years, well, what would I want? We would want our families not to think about how to hide in the shelter and how to educate the people, the children, what to do in the case of the air raid alert and which walls better protect from the air raids. My dream is that war finishes with our victory, that war goes away, and that enemy goes away from our land, and that I and my wife could plan where to go to have some rest, to drink coffee, to laugh, including laughing about my leg, which actually can rotate for 360 degrees, and how I can load it. So my dream is to be with my family, to travel around the world. And before the war, I went and visited Norway, and I loved this country very much, with this special niche as Ukraine does. And due to the support by Americans, by Europeans, we can do this. We can finish this war once and for all, and not to allow it to happen again. And this will be the lesson for the entire world, to learn how to live in peace, how to respect each other, and we will go along this way, and I will use both my legs, natural and artificial, to reach this goal. I am sure that you will even dance with your wife.
So now, please, Iryna Soloshenko. You. Come on.
Friends, we haven't chosen this life. Alexander has not chosen this war with his body. Lyudmyla has not chosen this war with her son we are paying a great price.
I wouldn't choose my medic status for the Maidan, my volunteering. With my husband, military medic, we would do shifts and go to war. But one of us had to stay with the child, mind the child. When the big war started, of course, I went to my husband to see him at the hospital. I stayed there with all the medics. We had medics who had cats, pets, dogs. It was a big noise arc. And we did not know what would happen to Kyiv, but we believed in our victory, still believe in it. And indeed, we paid the price. And Putin wanted to demonstrate that there's no Ukraine, and he demonstrated, in fact, the contrary. There's no place on this planet where people are unaware of Ukraine and Ukrainian courage. We are not Russians. We are not the same people, not the same nation. We shall overcome. We did that in the Maidan. In all our liberation wars, we have to stick together. All the civilized world is by our side, and we believe in your support. And this support, with our standing here, you will never learn what it is like to experience a war in your country. Help us to win, and you will never have to experience that.
Thank you very much. Very moving words. And now, please, the floor is for Ivan Pepelyashko. Excuse me. Pepelyashko?
Дякую.
Pronounced correctly.
Вже 2 роки
For 2 years, Russia has been trying to bring us back into the age of dinosaurs. That we have our own power and our partners to prove that we belong in the West. We are part of the European family. And Lana said that we had to be people of steel. I have some steel in my leg. But it is not to be elemental. It has to be in our guts. And I would like to use another, the carbon chemical design. And this is can be the weakest or the strongest. Diamond or it can be ash. And now about the pseudo diamonds. As a military, I have no dream. I have the 55 degrees of 25 minutes. This is my goal. I have to be on the target and hit the target. Let's win this war together.
Дякую. Many thanks. And now, please, Tata Kepler.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tata Kepler. I'm a tactical medicine and civilian medicine volunteer. I'll switch to Ukrainian. Останні 2 роки я почала
I started as a volunteer in 2014 with tactical medicine, but not as much as these last 2 years. I joined the police unit which was created to defend the city of Kyiv, our metropolitan area. We visited 700 different destinations in the deoccupied areas and frontline areas. We use antidepressants, and somebody asked me, how can you express victory in one word? And I realized that this is a process first. Secondly, without those people who perished, I cannot enjoy it that much, because they are not there to share the joy of victory. But it will help me to reflect upon the losses and cry it over, and all the losses of these 10 years, not just 2 years. And I told my friend that I would like to go to a village, no names mentioned, to see Mary. She was 4 years old back then. Now she's 6. She was raped at 4 by 2 Russian soldiers, and we were buying warm clothes for her. And I just would like to have a magic wand and wield it and play it back so that she's never raped. And the old man which was shot in Bucha, he was riding his bicycle. I would like him to resurrect. All those sweets scattered around his dead body, but I cannot bring them back. I cannot bring those people back who died for me to live. But I can, as a volunteer, do my share. Everyone is thanking the world. And I would like to thank those people who died for me and died for you. Perhaps it's difficult for you to appreciate, but they are citizens of US, UK, France, Georgia. This is a list of soldiers from your countries who decided to come and to fight for Ukraine. Christopher Paris, Andrew Backshaw, Sweet Whitney, Roger Johansson, Pete Reed, Andreas Golazzi, Maurice Jane, Vanocha Haley, Denley Fernando, James Campbell. There are more people. It's a long list. Foreign names, Ukrainian names, alike. I think the most important thing for all of us is not to forget that we are human, and we have to cherish our humanity and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the list of the people from abroad is a fantastic, very symbolical sign of solidarity. And you, Ukrainian people, you Ukrainian heroes, you need such support. And thank you that you understand that we are together. We can fight if we will be together and we show this solidarity. And finally, the floor is to Lyudmyla Meniuk. Please, last statement in this panel.
We have discussed a lot this war, our future. We gave hope to each other. We were discussing plans and scenarios. There are 2 scenarios, basically. One of them I dislike very much. This is when we are no more and Russia comes to Europe. Then mothers of Europe and US will cry. I need this other scenario. Us as courageous, as strong We have learned how to fight. We know how to engage a lot of weapon systems. We know the tactics and the strategy we have learned. I would like to get this message across. We need this courageous decision. For the sake of your citizens' lives, you should provide us urgently with the weapon systems we need, missiles, and we shall win. We believe in unity, solidarity, and expedient decision-making. There is no time because our population is shrinking. So save your lives and lives of your children. Provide us with the opportunity to defeat this hideous enemy. Glory be to Ukraine.
Thank you very much. Dear friends, please stand up and thanks these fantastic people, the heroes of Ukraine, the heroes of Europe, the heroes of the world. You are fighting not only for us, to some extent you are fighting instead us. And we respect you, we admire you, and we thank you very much. Because during this short panel, I think all of us, we understood the war, it is a great word, but we see that the war has very individual faces. It's a story of all of you, of many, of thousands or many thousands of Ukrainians. They lost health, they lost life, they lost families, they lost houses, and you are so brave, you are so courageous. You are fighting for our values, you are fighting to stop Putin's aggression, Putin's imperialism, and I think now the applause for the representatives of this heroic nation, Ukrainian nation, which not only exists, and Putin has some doubts, but that's his nation which is so strong, with such strong identity, that you are ready to fight. You are ready to fight successfully, and we together, with our international solidarity, we should continue this fight, and finally we will win. Slava Ukraini! Thank you. I think this is time to the last word, so I can say nothing more. It was very good. It was very good conference. Thank you very much for Victor, for his collaborators, Svetlana Kovalchuk, others. Second year of the war, but we are here and we fight and we will continue. And we know, after all these debates, that the situation is very, very complicated. But if we will keep this unity, if we will keep this solidarity, we have a chance. We cannot give up. We should be together. We should support Ukrainians. We should give them deserved place in NATO and European Union. I don't know how to do it soon, but I'm sure that we will do it. Slava Ukraini again, all the best, and thank you very much for the conference.